Hello, and welcome to One Piece chapter review thing, I guess. Chapter 1066. This is the Will of Ohara. First thing, we have more Germa stuff. So, we have... Is this the last one? No, this isn't the final Germa thing, so I wonder if there's going to be more. I wonder if there's going to be Judge, like stuff with Judge, maybe doing bio experiments or something. That'll probably be very on brand with what we're doing in the story right now. But yeah, we see Caesar and Ichiji, Niji, Yonji, and Reiju all flying back to Germa, the Germa palace, with all the snails. It's literally just a country built on snails that's not even made out of land, which is kind of cool. Just Oda's world building at its best. So, I mean, there's not too much to analyze there. It's just the Germa going back to Germa. So, going to the actual chapter. So Shaka shows up, and last chapter he was just talking about, oh, this is actually an island of the past. They showed the big mech, and he was like, oh, you think this is an island of the future? No, actually, this is an island of the past. Robin, our resident historian, of course, is just like, okay, why, like, okay, 900 years ago from the past, it's the Void Century. So, Nami's just like, you know about the Void Century? Of course. Robin was on Ohara, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, I don't know. When it got Buster called, I mean, I don't know if she told the rest of the Straw Hats about it, because, yes, don't you want to recount the worst day of your life when all of your friends died? Isn't that a fun story? So, I mean, I'm not sure if she told the rest of the Straw Hats, but it seems like Nami's just learning now. So, Robin's saying, hey, yeah, I was on Ohara with the scholars, and we were studying the Void Century. That's why I can read poneglyphs. And it's talking about the ancient war between the ancient civilization from the Void Century and the 20 countries that would come to form the world government. So, the world government basically erased everything from history. I don't know how the Straw Hats didn't know part of this, or at least get some hints. I mean, I guess they're finally realizing it now. After all, like with the poneglyphs, they would have thought, oh, there must have been something that existed that must have created these poneglyphs. If we know this, the government's probably going to try to kill us, aren't they? He's like, yeah, you're all probably dead. Great. And of course, Usopp is freaking out because Usopp is just... Shaka keeps going on about Ohara, and Nico Robin's kind of not too happy about it. She's like, why the hell are you bringing up that time where all my friends got fucking killed? What's wrong with you? Robin asks, since you're part of the government, wouldn't you know about the ancient kingdom or whether this is true? She's still kind of distrustful of Vegapunk. I mean, understandably, he's still a government scientist. I'm not sure if Dragon may have told her that Vegapunk was allied with the revolutionaries, so she's also, if you don't know it from the government, he says, the will of Ohara still lives. And that's basically all of this chapter. Everything in this chapter is about lore drops, Ohara, and the Ancient Kingdom. The government basically just, for no apparent reason, just decided to blow up the island of scholars, because don't you know all those devil scholars who are like trying to do too much math? All their math was getting in the way, and all their history, nah, we need to get rid of that. And everyone's like, sure, I don't like math, makes sense. Clover was kind of a pirate. I mean, not as much of a pirate, but also an adventurer. He was going around the Grand Line searching for info on the Void Century or just history in general. I'm surprised he didn't die on the Grand Line. So he says, oh, after I went back to Ohara after the Buster call, and you get this silhouette of Dr. Vegapunk. What even is this man? We'll see him later in the chapter, but this guy is crazy. Like, he's the dumbest looking dude ever. the scholars, during the Buster Call, they all decided to throw all of the books into... It is kind of stupid that no one was like, yes, this massive pile of books. We should probably do something about that. It's like, no, let's leave them. What could go wrong? I mean, the spirit of O'Hara lives on in Nico Robin, and again, getting even more emotional, just remembering Olvia. I mean, her mother basically, she hadn't known her mother at all. She shows up and then immediately dies. And also her friend, Saul, she had been friends with for 2 days, saves her life, and then dies. We'll see. And she basically Robin starts tearing up. I mean, Robin has such a kind of tragic backstory. I mean, everyone she loved was killed, and then she was prosecuted and she's a child during all of this. She was prosecuted. It's nice seeing emotion from Robin, or just getting more info about her backstory. Here's our flashback. We finally get to see him in the flesh. The Vegapunk we've been waiting for so long. This is what he looks like. Mr. Dr. Vegapunk. Yes, of course. Why? Oda. I mean, that's probably the most Oda design ever, but basically there were giants who started to fish these books out of the lake, and at this time, Vegapunk is there, Dragon is also there, and the giants are all there on the same time. I mean, kind of coincidence, sure, just take it at face value, I guess. He doesn't have his face tattoo yet, so this is actually before he started the Revolutionary Army. And this band on his leg actually resembles the tattoo that he would eventually get. And okay, let's just talk about this Vegapunk design for a sec. Obviously, it's inspired by Albert Einstein with the whole crazy hair, the crazy spiky hair, and then also the long tongue sticking out. I guess the other thing is supposed to be his brain is so big that it just extends his head. But, of course, after God knows how long, this is what we get. But Dragon's kind of annoyed. He's like, why did you decide to side with the oppressive government instead of joining us and helping us? All of this kind of, they're paying respects to O'Hara and all of the scholars who had died. I mean, Dragon and Vegapunk seem to both have known Clover and the rest of the scholars, so they're paying their respects. Again, it's just kind of, it's a great moment, in my humble worthless opinion. As Dragon is basically, he sees what happened to O'Hara, and it kind of spurs him into creating the Revolutionary Army here with Ivankov and Kuma. So he does that after this flashback. Frankie's brain is overflowing. Imagine if Frankie gets a Vegapunk brain. Vegapunk head, that would be stupid. But the most important thing here is Jaguar D. Saul is still alive. I mean, Aokiji is still a good person, so I don't think he would have killed Saul. And I mean, this was just after he had seen this ship full of innocent people get completely blown up. So he's starting to question his kind of hot-blooded justice at this point, and then turns into the lazy justice. So basically, it's not too much of a stretch to say Saul is alive. This basically 100% confirms that the next arc is going to be Elbaf. And I can't fucking wait. Let's go. We're finally probably in 20 chapters, because I mean, CP0 is still coming to Egghead, and then they have to fight, so this feels like it's going to be a shorter arc like Zoe was. I mean, Zoe was still like 20 or 30 chapters. So It feels like it's going to be something shorter like that. They might face off against CP0. I wonder how that's going to go. But after this, we're definitely going to Elbaf, and after God knows how long hyping it up, I can't wait to see what Oda does there. Robin's being best girl and being the best character in One Piece, because Robin is amazing, changed my mind. Cutting back to the other group, and the mech has exploded, and guess who it is? It's Dr. Vegapunk. Yahoo! What? Am I Klonoa? Yeah. Yes. Let's just say Dr. Vegapunk is like Klonoa. So Vegapunk here, stuck in this. He's Mr. Crazy Mad Scientist. He has like a gag where he's just constantly saying Quasar for some reason. What even is Quasar? I don't know. And Bonnie is pissed at him. She's still mad at him for what he did to her dad. Bonnie wants to fucking kill him. Vegapunk is like, oh, aren't you... I know who you are. Aren't you Dragon's son? And Luffy's just like, sure. Yeah, Vegapunk's reminiscing. He sees Bonnie. He's like, oh, you were so young, blah, blah. She's still pissed. Another thing is that Vegapunk literally right now, he could basically tell us the secrets to everything in the One Piece world. I mean, he could tell us his history, he could tell us Kuma's history, he could tell us about the lineage factor, he could tell us about devil fruits, he could tell us about the void sentry, he could tell us about all these different things, and please God, Oda, just give it to us right now. Yeah, Vegapunk has his hover shoes and rockets everyone up into the sky. So this seems kind of fucking dark, because he lost his massive head, and now he just has an apple hat thing sticking out of his skull, theoretically. I mean, it's like, okay, did you take out each part of your brain and stick it in one of the different Vegapunks? He just took a hacksaw to his fucking head. That doesn't sound too fun. I mean, of course the apple is in reference to Isaac Newton with all the, like, apple falling on your head. I don't know. This chapter was sick. I mean, I'm sure there was some stuff that I skimmed over just in my summary, but I think, yeah, this chapter was crazy. Like, all the lore about Ohara. It's a great Robin. It's a great moment for Robin. I was really excited when I first read this, and I was like, oh shit, Saul is still alive. And then the realization that we're definitely going to Elbaf. It was a lot more of a lore chapter, but I still definitely like it. I thought it was great. It was tons of interesting information. I don't know if this video is going to be slightly shorter, because I was more summarizing than the review is like half review, half hey, look at this. I'm probably going to get blown up by Shonen Jump being like, if you liked the video, I wouldn't see why. Do the YouTube things, you know, if you want. I don't know. So I'll see you in the next one. I don't know if I want to start doing JJK reviews, or other manga or things. I'm probably going to do something for the new Pokemon games when those come out. So we'll see. Yeah, thanks. Peace. Peace. Quasar.